What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Quick video for you guys tonight. So, the beginning of this generation, the Xbox Series S was getting destroyed for the simple fact that it did not live up to what the promise was, and this is very true. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate criticism of the Xbox Series S. Remember, the Xbox Series S was promoted as a 1440p console. What the Xbox Series S actually is a 1080p 30 FPS console. That's really what it is. Okay. Now it does play a lot of games at 60 and it does have a lot of games at 120. Listen, Xbox fanatics will tell you the Xbox Series S has more games that run at 120 than the PlayStation 5 does. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but they'll tell you this, okay? However, the big AAA titles that have dropped this generation and stuff like that, and even some games being supposedly held back because of the Series S, have caused some turmoil and again, the bad criticism for the Xbox Series S, okay? The biggest thing is it's holding the generation back. I remember that one. The Xbox Series S is holding the generation back. Now, this criticism, the fact that it's holding the generation back, is probably the biggest lie. Now, if you want to talk about it's not a 1440p console, that's true. That's true. Xbox lied about that. If you want to talk about it's not a 60 FPS console, that's true. The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X both have games that still run at 30 FPS, with the Xbox Series S and X having games from their first party developers that still run at that dropped running at 30 FPS. I don't think they have any now. I think all their games have been patched now. Hellblade 2 has been patched as well. So as of this point, everything has a 60 FPS mode. Good for them. But on PlayStation, all their first party games, when they dropped at 60. So kudos to them, right? But the Xbox Series S has been blamed for holding back the generation when you got to make a SKU for all this stuff. Well, now one of the games that's probably has a lot of anticipation right now, Battlefield 6, with the beta doing as well as it did. One of the devs apparently came out and said that because they had to optimize for the Xbox Series S, that made their game better. This is what they said. Because they had to learn to optimize for the Xbox Series S, that made their games better. And I think there was another company that did the same thing called, I think, Baldur's Gate, if I'm not mistaken. I think their developer said the same thing. Like, hey, optimizing for the Xbox Series S made our game better and let us optimize on other platforms even better as well. Listen, as you guys know, I only care from the gamer's perspective what I'm going to get, okay? And this is what I know, okay? I'm playing on PC right now, and I'm playing on the Asus ROG Ally as well, okay? The Z1 Extreme version. If games can run on the Xbox Series S well, I'm very confident the game's going to run very well on my Asus ROG Ally, and I'm very confident that the game's going to run very, very well on my PC. So I'm all about the Xbox Series S. Hey, developers, optimize for that console. By all means. Come on, guys, we got to be smart here. Optimize for that console, because that means that whatever I get, the version that I get, is going to run perfectly fine on my PC. I don't want a game that my PC is struggling to run. I got a 9070 XT. I shouldn't be struggling to run anything. No game should be a minimum requirement of a 4080. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Like what are we talking about? Optimize your games properly. If it can't run on a Series S, that means you're not optimizing the game properly. That means you're being too ambitious. Go ahead, drop whatever it is that you got to drop. And for anybody out there that's about to say like, no, they shouldn't do that. We want the best graphics and the best whatever. Listen. The best games this generation have not been the most graphically impressive in all this other stuff. Okay. For PlayStation, the best game that they have had this generation, Astrobot, great looking game, right? Looks like gameplay is fun. I mean, that game could run on a PS4 probably. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. You could probably downscale that game to run on a PS4. Maybe at 30 FPS, but you could probably get it to run on a PS4, okay? The other game that probably should win Game of the Year, but it's probably going to get robbed by PlayStation, is going to be Expedition 33. That game runs on the Xbox Series S. Now, it's not the greatest looking thing on the Xbox Series S, but it runs on the Xbox Series S. Optimize your game for the Xbox Series S, and we're going to be perfectly fine. This next generation of console, these things are going to last even longer. Xbox is already going to be making PCs instead of traditional consoles. So if you optimize for the Xbox Series S, everything is good. I'm all about perfectly well optimized games over ambitious projects that don't run well. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. But I do find it funny that the Xbox Series S is now the reason why games are running better. That's crazy the way the tables turn. We out. Peace.